there's 1,000 out there on the highway, and you go over there, pull up next to him, you be like, what's up? And then you look at him and you know, and you're just vibing, you're 12 o'clocking it, and maybe give him some show. Giving it gas, and I'm teetering the brake. What's up, YouTube? Another day at the lot. This time we're at our local lot. As you can see, I'm chilling, boys. I'm chilling today. But I feel like since there's not very many people here today, I think I can give you guys a good little tutorial video today. One that you guys been wanting me to do. So let's do it today. You guys want to how to do a basic wheelie, like a sit down wheelie. So I'm gonna go into two different basic wheelies that you can try at your own local lot. I'm gonna show you two different ones that you can try that some people might not like one and some people might like the other one better. All right, so there's three main things in this to learn how to wheelie. There's gonna be clutch bump. I'm gonna call them clutch bump, but it's actually like just popping the clutch really hard and aggressive. You want to hold, pop it, hold, pop it. Yeah. And then there's throttle control. But the heart to the wheelie is gonna be down here, which is your foot brake. Foot brake is gonna be the key to a wheelie, to an actual good wheelie, not no pow pow. But foot brake, I know a lot of people say this in every video, it's keep your foot on the brake, but no, don't keep your foot on the brake, use your brake. So use your brake, don't just put your leg over your brake, because when it comes to it, you're not gonna use it, it's just gonna be over it. And so what I like to tell people is when they're learning, to make sure you tap it. So don't worry about coming up super high. Pop it up, push the brake, pop it up, push the brake. Do that for maybe a whole day at the lot, over and over and over, so your mind is like getting that muscle memory down, so you do it without even having to think about it. Once you get that down, everything else is money, because then all you got to focus on is just the popping the clutch and the gas. So when you go to do a wheelie, I would recommend you guys being on something smaller, but if you guys are on like a 600 or something bigger, do second gear. First gear is a little too aggressive, and it's just gonna come up way too fast when you're not ready for that. So second gear, usually the sweet spot. You're gonna want to be rolling, or you can go from a dead stop, but I don't recommend from a dead stop with a big bike, just because sometimes it will, like, I don't know, it comes up way too quick, and you being dead stop, your balance isn't all there. So when you're rolling, the bike automatically comes up and it kind of stays stable. It stabilizes itself. So pull the clutch in, give her a good little rev. Try to remember how much you gave it, so whenever you do pop the clutch, you know for the next one if you need to give it more gas or if you need to give it less gas. So let me get over this crossroad. All right, so remember, pop the clutch aggressive, don't slip it. Pop the clutch aggressive, don't slip it. You're gonna wanna, okay, and you see that? Okay, I remembered how much I gave it, so I gave it just that much. So, and I pushed my brake straight down, and you want to do that over and over. Brake straight down. You want to do that maybe 100 times. Just do that over and over. You want to make sure you got that muscle memory down. But yeah, you want to do that over and over. You just second gear, rev, pop. Remember, brake, brake, brake. Once you start getting more comfortable with that, and you feel like you're getting the brake down, the foot brake down, is when you're gonna have to start learning throttle control. Let me show you an example. So right now what you're doing is this, giving a gas, brake down, right? You're like, dang, it's not staying up, it's going, you're chasing, that's what you're doing. This is where throttle control comes in. You do the same thing, and right now I'm giving it gas and I'm teetering the brake. So I'm not even at 12 o'clock. I'm under balance point enough to where I'm keeping my momentum, and not gaining speed. What you don't want is for the bike to chase and you run out of RPMs. You'll never want that. That means you're not high enough. You'll never want to make the bike chase, because when you chase, you're gonna start gaining a lot of speed, and that's very dangerous. Because if you wash out, pancake, or if you just fall at those speeds, you can get injured. Which, if you fall at like the slow speeds, you'll just fall and you'll be all right. I'll show you an example of a chase wheelie and how to avoid it. How do you know if you're doing a chase wheelie? If you come up, say you come up, right? You hear the RPMs, they're still going. I'm not using no brake. That's a chase wheelie. And that's terrible. You never want to learn that. But to learn how to do a wheelie, you kind of have to do a chase wheelie and work your way farther back and back and back. And that's where your foot brake comes into play. That's where you use your foot brake to maintain your height. Like, here you go. I'm not at 12 o'clock. I'm right under balance point. And it's just my foot brake tapping. I'm just tapping, and I'm playing with the throttle. I'm in and out of it. So if I need a little bit more, if I feel like the bike's falling, I give it just a little bit more. Clutch pump, you guys are familiar with the throttle control, and then you guys are also familiar with the foot brake. Those are the three essentials, boys. That's all you gotta study. That's all you gotta study. Foot brake. Now when you go ride your bike, use your foot brake, because I know a lot of you guys that don't do any wheelies hardly ever use your foot brake. You use your front brake, which is what you normally would use to stop, because I think it's like 80% here, 20% the bottom. But every time you're riding, you're coming to a stop, use your foot brake. Use your foot brake for everything. I mean, obviously you got to use your front brake too, but just so you can get that muscle memory to use your foot brake, because not a lot of people use it. Because when I used to ride stock, never used my foot brake. Another one, I'm gonna show you guys a knee knocker, which is another wheelie for beginners in a way. So that's another position, which is where you would put your knee on the seat and one leg on the foot brake. And for some people, it's easier that way. For me, it was too. I learned on a Grom how to do knee knocker before a sit down, because on a sit down, your body comes back with the bike, and you pretty much you're hanging off the bike at an angle. On a knee knocker, the bike comes to you, and you pretty much stay at the same spot. You're here, the bike's here. When you bring it up, it comes to you. On a sit down, you go back with the bike, so it feels way more scary. All right, let's do it. Knees on the seat, foot brake, pop the clutch, bring it to you, tap the brake. The only bad thing with this position is if you're not comfortable with the bike, with the foot brake, it's gonna come back really fast, because your weight is on the back, all your weight, because you put your knee there. So you hold the clutch in, give it a little bit of gas, pop the clutch, get your foot brake ready. I'll tell you when I'm pushing it. Foot brake, foot brake, foot brake, foot brake, foot brake, foot brake. Yeah, knee knocker to me was way easier. It just felt more comfortable. It felt like I wasn't falling back. And look, I'm leaning forward. I can lean to the bike, so it makes me feel like I'm still on the bike in a way. And honestly, if you guys are trying and you're starting to get comfortable on sit downs, but you feel like you're not coming up high enough, I would recommend you guys try a knee knocker. Because if you can kind of do a sit down, you can definitely do a knee knocker, and you can do it more controlled. It's way more controlled, because I don't know, it's just, I guess, you being up here, your foot's like more relaxed. Your body isn't flinging back, it's standing straight up. Like I said, I learned it way before I did a sit down, and then I relearned how to go to sit down. So after I learned that technique down, I went back and learned how to do a sit down. But yeah, sit down, like right here, my body is pretty much leaning all the way back, which to some people, it's very scary. Like I'm leaning back. Some people, that's very scary. On a knee knocker, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like you stay in the same spot, just the bike comes up, and you can see the bike coming up, so you can control it. Put it down, knee knocker. You see, I can see it. The only thing is, you see my hand, I'm giving it a little bit of throttle right there. Little throttle, brake, throttle, brake, throttle, brake. And you might not be that smooth at the beginning, but you'll slowly work your way and do it. The more you do it, obviously the better and the easier it's gonna get, boys. But let's do a recap. All right, boys, let's do a recap. For sit down, how to do a sit down wheelie. There's 3 things you need to learn: clutch popping, throttle control, foot brake. Remember, your first sesh, you don't want to go out there, give it all the beans, pop the clutch, and send you to Loop City. You want to make sure you got the hang of foot brake. Don't just put your foot all over it, use it. At the end of the day, boys, you guys don't need a fully stunted out bike. Don't think just because you see everybody doing wheelies with a fully stunted out bike, you need one to start. No, you don't. You just, whatever you have, you can stunt. There's some bikes that obviously are not the best, carbureted bikes to begin with, like really old bikes also. Yeah, just make sure you guys go out to a lot, or to a safe place, because it can get very dangerous if you guys aren't doing it in the right place. If you guys are just going out there and doing it in traffic, it's definitely not the move, boys. A lot can happen. I've seen a lot of wrecks on the streets, and these are from people that know what they're doing. So it's not beautiful, and that will make you not want to do wheelies. And wheeling is a very fun sport. Once you get the hang of it, you fall in love with it, and you want to progress in the sport. When I first started wheeling, I didn't think I was going to be able to do the stuff I do. I didn't think I was going to be able to come out here and do straight line. First of all, I remember watching people, and they were doing wheelies like this, talking with you guys. I'm like, how are they talking and doing a wheelie? Like, how? But now I know, because, you know, it's all muscle memory. I don't think about pushing my handbrake anymore. I don't think about giving it gas. It's all muscle memory. Once you get it down in your mind, you literally can do whatever you want. You can sit here all day long, talk with you guys, and I'm not worried about my bike. Like, I'm not worried about pushing the brake. My mind just automatically does it. I can jump to sit down, I can jump to spreader, and I'm not thinking about it. It's just, I'm doing it. Just know you're gonna be 1 out of the 10 guys that you see out there that can do a wheelie. Actually, 1 out of the 100, because they all suck. Most of them suck. They can only do pap out. So when you go out there and you guys go, you see a random bike out there, like, look at her, you're like, oh, there's 1,000 out there on the highway, and you go over there, pull up next to him, you be like, what's up? And then you look at him, and you know, and you're just vibing, you're 12 o'clock at it, and maybe give him some show. You know, they're gonna be like, what the fuck? Anyways, boys, I hope I explained that somewhat reasonable. If it's not very nice or very good, I don't know what to do then, boys. I'll make another one. I don't know. I'll give you guys something else to watch. Later, boys. Thank you for all the support lately, for commenting, liking, and definitely subscribing. Thank you, boys. I'm not going to be the channel to be like, like and subscribe for more. No, that's not me. But if you guys are, thank you guys, because I'm seeing it. I'm waking up every day and I'm seeing all these new guys subscribing. And yes, I check every one of you guys out. Maybe later down the road I won't be able to. It'd be too much. But for now, I see all your guys' comments. I try to comment on every single one of you guys. I also try to make request videos for every one of you guys. So on my shorts, I make custom videos for you guys. If you guys want a certain type of video, I try to get to you guys as quick as possible. I've already made a couple for a couple people, and I actually enjoy making those because you guys take your time out of your day to watch a video of mine. So that's the least I can do. Love you guys. Bye.